Buzz, 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 Yellowjackets Hive, and welcome back. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different than normal. It's going to be short and sweet, and for once, we are not talking about Yellowjackets. Instead, I have a little bit of an announcement to share. As we all know, the wait between seasons is long, both literally and figuratively, for the fandom. And so for this hiatus, I wanted to approach things a little differently than in between season 2 and 3. So I have decided that I am going to expand a little bit this off season. That's right. I'll be covering some other shows to help fill the Yellowjackets void that we all clearly feel. But I'm not going to be diving into a ton of shows. Maybe a movie if the right one piques my curiosity, but I'm not as into movies as I am into TV. I'm going to be selective, and I am trying to stick to the same genre as Yellowjackets if possible, and cover shows that I think you want to watch, you want to talk about, and you want to hear about. So starting in October, I'll be featuring something that I'm going to be calling off-season specials. And we're going to kick it off with the show that I think that everybody's going to love just as much as Yellowjackets for a few obvious reasons. The first show that I'll be covering will be an Apple TV original called The Last Frontier, which premieres on Friday, October 10th. Now, here's why I know you'll be into it. It features one of our very own Yellowjackets leading ladies, Simone Kessel, and it's literally about a plane crash in the Alaskan wilderness. Only this time, the plane is full of violent criminals who escape into the wilderness. Can this show be any more on the nose for us, guys? Now, the premise of the show is a U.S. Marshal in the outskirts of Alaska must protect his town while investigating the crash and set multiple fugitives free. And the cast is pretty stacked. Jason Clarke is going to star as the U.S. Marshal, and some of his other works have been Everest, which is one of my absolute favorite movies, Zero Dark 30, Pet Sematary, and even Oppenheimer. Simone Kessel will be playing a character by the name of Sarah Reminick, which is likely the U.S. Marshal's wife, so sounds like she's going to have a decent size role. We'll also see Dominic Cooper of Preacher and Haley Bennett, who I know from The Girl on the Train. The show comes from John Bokenkamp, who is the creator of The Blacklist, and he described it as a series meant to grab the audience and never let go. A fast, twist-filled rocket ship ride. And I'm totally here for it. So ready. Episodes will drop weekly through the finale on December 5th, which means that I'm going to get to put out regular content for you for a little while, which makes me really excited. As of now, since the show will be dropping on Fridays, I'm aiming to release my coverage either Friday night or Saturday at the latest. I'm not sure that I'll be able to pull everything together quite that fast to get it out on Fridays, so we'll see realistically how this goes a little closer to the actual release of the show. Regardless, I am so excited to be covering something new and creating content to share with everybody. Now, I don't plan on covering every show that I cover episode by episode, but I am toying with the idea of doing some short kind of recap review style episodes for the final season of Stranger Things. Huge Stranger Things fan over here. So my tentative plan for that one is to cover each part after it drops, and I've watched it, which, let's be real, will be immediately. I don't plan on sleeping the night that it premieres. I've been waiting over 2 years. Wait, is it 2? It's 3. It'll be 3. 3 years for this, just like the rest of you. And I am so pumped. All I'm going to say is this. If Steve dies, I will straight up riot. Like, please, Duffer Brothers, anyone but Steve. And here's the release schedule for the last season of Stranger Things. The first 4 episodes drop on Thanksgiving, which is November 26th. The next 3 episodes drop on Christmas, which is December 25th, as we all know. And the final episode drops on New Year's Eve, December 31st. So I know what I'm going to be doing this holiday season. So my Stranger Things coverage, if I do go ahead with this, will look a little different from my other off-season specials. These episodes will be shorter, more of a recap and initial reaction format, but with The Last Frontier, we'll be breaking it down episode by episode, just like we do with Yellowjackets. The second show on my roster for the off-season specials is one I know that you're all going to devour, especially if you watched the first season. Coming in December, right after The Last Frontier wraps, we'll be diving into the highly anticipated second season of Fallout on Amazon Prime. The first episode drops on Wednesday, December 17th, with a weekly release schedule. So my plan is to release coverage on Thursdays, but that's still a little bit up in the air. Like I said, we'll see where the wind takes us come December. And of course, the star of Fallout is none other than Jackie Taylor herself, Miss Ella Purnell, returning as the absolute badass Lucy McLean. When we left off in season 1, Lucy was headed with the goal to track down her dad in New Vegas. At least that's it looks like that's where they're heading. Season 2 brings back all the familiar faces, such as Walton Goggins as the ghoul, Cooper Howard, Aaron Moten as Maximus, Moses Arias as Norm McLean, Lucy's brother, Kyle MacLachlan as Hank McLean, Lucy's father, and Sarita Chowdhury as Moldover. And joining this season are 2 that I'm really excited about, Justin Theroux and Macaulay Culkin. So really excited to see those 2 in the next season. Season 1 was so epic, so I can't wait to see season 2. My husband played the Fallout video game many moons ago, so this one has been a really big favorite in our house. And there are even rumors flying around that Aaron Paul, Jesse Pinkman of Breaking Bad himself, might make an appearance in season 2. Total rumor, just read it online somewhere, but if that happens, I'm going to be super excited for that too. And the best part about Fallout is that it's already been renewed for season 3, which means we'll be seeing even more of Ella Purnell and Lucy McLean, and that makes me beyond excited because that show is so good. So that's all I've got on the roster for now. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm being a little bit selective about what I choose to cover and devote my time to, between being a full-time college student, graduating in May, hallelujah, and having an almost 6-year-old and just life in general. I want to make sure I'm producing quality content for all of you. So covering fewer shows means I can give you better quality, more thoughtful episodes to enjoy. That said, I'm always keeping an eye out for new and upcoming shows that will pique my interest. If something catches my interest, I'll definitely add it to the list and let everyone know. One more show that I will 100% be covering when it's back on the air next year is MGM's From. The last season was completely insane, and Melanie and I covered the last season together. So as soon as we have an official release date, I will share that info with you all, and I am here for the ride that is From. I am so excited for this next season. And I'll wrap up with this. Are there any shows or movies that you've seen or even just heard about that you would like to hear me touch on? Drop a comment, send me a DM, or shoot me an email and tell me about it. I am always open to your ideas, and at the end of the day, I want to be talking about stuff that you want to be hearing about. Before I sign off, I have one last little nugget to share. Now, I've mentioned this a few times before already, but it just keeps getting better with every announcement that they share. For anyone in the Florida area or anyone up for a road trip, Scared Ice is coming to Tampa the weekend of October 3rd through the 5th. And Scared Ice is a huge convention, and this year they have crushed it with their appearances that they're having. As of now, they've announced 5 Yellowjackets cast members. And yes, my wish finally came true. Christina Ricci will be there. So my dreams of meeting Misty are about to become a reality, and I couldn't be more excited. So alongside Christina, we'll also see Sammy Hanratty, Teen Misty, Sophie Elise, Teen Shauna, Courtney Eaton, Teen Lottie, Jasmine Savoy Brown, Teen Ty, and Sarah Desjardins Callie. They're even offering a full teen timeline photo op plus a double Misty photo op, which I will 1000% be doing. And on Saturday, October 4th, there will be a full Yellowjackets panel and discussion. So you know exactly where I will be. If you're planning to attend, let me know. Would love to meet some fellow Yellowjackets obsessives. And for those curious, Yellowjackets is not the only show being heavily featured at this con. Almost the entire cast of Dexter, minus Michael C. Hall himself, is going to be there, along with Linda Blair, the Exorcist herself, Chad Michael Murray, John Cusack, Lucas Gage, and Melissa Barrera, both from Scream, and so many others. The weekend is going to be so much fun, and I am already counting down the days. Okay, guys, that's about all that I've got for you today. Quick recap before I say goodbye. This hiatus, I'm introducing something new called off-season specials, and first up on the roster is Apple TV's The Last Frontier, which premieres October 10th. I hope you will come along with me on this ride and check out what I am sure is going to be an exhilarating and suspenseful show. I'm doing my best to fill the Yellowjackets void for myself and for all of you, so I'm excited to keep creating content. Thank you so much for buzzing in today. And with that, until I spill again.